Okay, so I'm going to pro spray the interior. I'm going to place my sock in the middle. Line it up. And now, when I press this, I'm going to cover it with butcher paper, top and bottom. And then I should be able to do this with one press. So, let's see how this goes. All right, so I've got my sock in my little sock package. Got my timer set for 50 seconds. And there we go. All right. See how it works. Look at that steam. Okay, so what do we have going on? Well, let's see. We've got a a webinar coming up next week with Sawgrass. It is all about fall wear, so that should be exciting. David and Jimmy are always a good time. What else? The NBM show in Denver. Getting ready for that always fun Black Friday week. Okay, let's see how this worked. So normally I would do this and then I would have to flip it over and then do the second side. So, but I did both sides at the same time. Look
Awesome.
at that. Look at that. Pretty cool. So, let that cool. We'll do one more just for, because you can't just have one sock. Even though I think a couple weeks ago, you only had one sock, David, didn't you?
One sock.
One sock. The things I make you do.
It had a story. It had a story to it.
I did. All right, so we're going to do one more. So same thing, just going to pro spray the middle. Place my sock in there. And we're going to do the same thing. All right. So fit it on the platen. Cover it with my protective paper and press it for 50 seconds. All right. See how it goes. Okay. Sorry guys, I can't see any comments or anything right now, so I don't know. We're doing the best we can.
I think today's, could it be Friday the 13th or something?
Maybe Mercury's in Gatorade again?
Or maybe because it's National Taco Day, maybe that's it. I don't know.
Well, we've had our tacos. So
They were delicious, as a matter of fact.
they were very good.
Just not sure.
Yeah, do me a favor and click on that, and let's just see if just hit play and okay. I don't know. All right, here's my second sock.
Good.
Woo.
Good.
Good and hot.
So is the press not quite big enough to press both of them at the same time?
I could have done both of them at the same time,
Okay.
actually, but I want you guys to see. So the front and the back are the exact same color, and so we just did one press. So it's pretty good.
And if we pull out the insert to see how good a job we did on the seams.
Oh, that's right, because everybody's asking me about the seams on these socks. And these socks don't have a seam. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And there's no having to, twist it on the jig. This is just how it works. Facebook
wanna
is
show
all
'em?
good. YouTube is off. Okay. Well, you know, you can't win them all. All right, so there's my seam, or what would be a seam with any other brand of sock. So there is really no seam. I mean, there's no white mark. You know, the ink transfers all the way down. It's pretty cool. So, all right, now I'm saying YouTube is back. Okay, Joanne loves this pattern. That's great, Joanne, because you guys have a chance to win this pattern. All right, so next thing we're going to do on my heat platen is something that I talked about during one of my classes at the Sublimation Summit, which is branding your products. And so today we're going to do a rustic edged coaster. And we're going to do this rustic edge coaster. We're going to do the front, and as we do the front, we're also going to brand the back. So this will be interesting. And this is our second pattern. And Zach made this pattern. Zach, come say hi. This is Zach.
Hey guys.
Okay. You can go now. Don't step on my panel. All right. So Zach's been doing our patterns for him. This is going to be great. This is fun. Okay. So same thing. I'm going to pro spray it. Well, first I'm going to make my little sandwich. Okay. So I make my sandwich. I'm going to pro spray my image. Line it up. It's kind of sticky. Line it up. There we go. Third time's a charm. All right. Here we go. So now I'm going to press the top and the bottom at the same time. So for this one, 60 seconds. Here we go. Oops. All right. So we'll let that dwell. We'll see how it goes. What are the secrets to making a great pattern, Sprite? That's a really good question, Jerry. Zach, what are the secrets for making a really good pattern?
Finding uniform shapes, being able to kind of predict how it's going to translate whenever you put it seamlessly.
Yeah,
That's the
so
hardest part.
a lot of the patterns that we do are seamless patterns. So when you do, you know, like a little section, then you can step and repeat over and over and over. And that's probably the hardest part, because just making a pattern in general is pretty easy, but to make a step and repeat pattern, it's a little more difficult. Would it still be 60 seconds if you're pressing more than one? Well, Joanne, you normally want to increase the time if you are increasing the surface area. So if you're doing more than one, you generally want to add a little bit of time.
Yeah, it really comes down to how powerful your heat press is. If it's doing kind of socks, I doubt if you would need to do anything. Both of these heat presses are so powerful. You know, sort of like comparing. Oh wow, nice.
All right, guys. So this is the second pattern. This is Zach's pattern with a little wolf on it, and then I also.
Oh, cool.
Hot. At the same time I did the front, I branded the back, because how will people know how to buy your stuff if you don't put your brand information on it? So there you go.
That really is very attractive on the back. I mean,
Yeah.
you could, you don't even have to put your brand. You could put some very attractive art on the back.
That's right.
Something. But, you know, heat presses are a little bit like comparing, say, a Coleman stove that you'd bring home to cook on versus a big gas burner stove. They both get the same temperature, but you know that the big burner on your stove, your normal stove, is going to really cook the food fast and thoroughly. And that's what it comes down to, is you know, how much heat the press puts out. Both of these put out enormous amount of heat. One thing that I probably got distracted, so I didn't mention it, is that when you do go to top and bottom heat, which is really a good thing, if you're doing a lot of products that you have to put back in the press for double-sided imprinting, then and you go to a double-sided press like this, you will need to carefully look at your power situation, because it's like running 2 heat presses, and so you're not going to be able to plug 2 heat presses into the same circuit. So if you need help with that, you can call and we'll walk you through it. But generally speaking, once you get to that point, partnering with a licensed electrician is a necessary thing.
So first off, I got a lot of compliments on Zach's design, so good job, Zach. By the way, Conde Design has 4 brand new designs up right now, all by Zachary Smith, which is fantastic. Yay, yay, yay. And yes, Debbie, this is our cork back rustic edge coaster. So we've recently discovered that our cork back coasters will take sublimation. I would stick with darker images that don't have a lot of detail, because it's not really made for sublimation, but it does work. So
looks so good, folks.
it does.
So good.
All right, so that looks pretty cool too. Okay, so this one is kind of a challenge. So I decided I wanted to do a coat hanger, and well, kind of Todd was like, you should do a coat hanger, and I was like, yeah, that's a great idea. And then now I'm thinking, like, well, how do I do the coat hanger the same way that I would do one of the smaller images, or like the sock, where I, fold it and pro spray it. So what I've done is I took my images and I kind of matched them up, and then I just taped them together down here on the bottom.
Cool.
So thanks, David. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pro spray it.
So pro spray is a alternative to tape.
Right. And for these double-sided images, you don't want to use tape, because
Zach, swing the camera around so you maybe see a little bit more.
there we go.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of sticking it in here and then just
Carefully lining it up.
carefully lining it up. That's right. Careful being the operative word. We'll see.
If the
how
ink
good
is
this
dry
does.
on the paper and you really want to make sure, then if your template is a mirror image from one side to the other, then it's easy to use your paper for alignment.
All right, so we're going to do this one for, let's see, what's my
So
time?
Sprite, can you imagine everybody's going to be asking for
1 minute,
now
15
double-sided templates?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I can show you how to make your own.
So it's really not necessary, because you can just mirror image
That's right. All right.
the template.
So 1 minute and 15 seconds. Okay. Oh, we've got another really big thing happening today. We've got our quarterly gallery contest winners. So
That is a really, really big deal.
4 lucky people are going to win $400, $200, $100, and $100. So we're going to announce that after I do this, and then you guys get a chance to win all this beautiful stuff that I've done.
Everybody at the summit, Sprite kept asking, what happened to my hand, and I kept making up this tall tale that Sprite closed the press on my hand. She didn't really, of course.
Well, I did.
But I've certainly frustrated her enough. Always pushing her. Keep going. More, better,
more.
right?
David's favorite saying is, break time is over, get back to work. So,
Yes.
Yes.
It doesn't seem to work with my kids, though, I've noticed. I'm not sure, Doesn't seem to work around here too well.
I guess it depends on which who
But
you're talking to.
when we rang the lunch bell, that worked.
Yeah. Everybody pretty much jumped on that.
They did. But at any rate, I jammed my thumb playing around, and
It's
healing.
that big old dog you got there is what it is.
And so Baron definitely needs to, wow, Baron needs to make another cameo visit. What do you think?
Oh, there's a peel coat.
Ah, yes.
There's a
yes.
peel coat? All right, guys, guess what?
But, you know, the good news is peel coats will come off, and typically you do sublimate through the peel coat. And so as it cools, it's a little hard to remove it now, but what peel coats are is they're basically a thin plastic material on the top, and that plastic is used in the manufacturing routing, in this case, of the coat hanger. And so these are routed essentially with an overhead router using using hardboard. You know, you can laser cut many of these materials. One of the things at the summit that I was impressed with was they were one vendor there was educating people, selling, if you will, the Dremel laser. And I don't know a lot about lasers, but I was very impressed. And the number of materials that we have here now that you can fabricate with a laser, quite a few. For instance, you can fabricate hardboard, fabricate Dyflex, the color light film, and you ready for this to go off?
Yep.
Color light film. So it's very, very impressive what you can do, and that. So as after it cools, you will be able to peel it off. It will look just a little bit different than if you had not removed it. It will come off, and so you know, one of the things that we teach around here is create your wall of shame. So when you do make a mistake, a couple of things that I suggest. Number one is document your mistake. Figure out what went wrong, and then after you've understood what went wrong, then take that piece and put it on your wall of shame.
So you can never forget about it.
So if we had a wall of shame behind us, we would hang it on the wall with the transfer still stuck to it, so to speak, with the objective of helping you remember. Now, some of these things, that may seem silly to people, but it really does work. It works quite well. I used to, for instance, do plaques all the time, and there was a keyhole on the back that was used to hang it, and you could be hung in portrait or landscape, but there were only two keyholes. And so if you didn't look, you had a 50-50 shot of getting it right or wrong.
For some reason, that's more like 70-30 getting it
It
wrong.
is.
Yeah,
It is.
I don't know why that is.
So the suggestion ultimately that I made to the great folks at Universal Woods is for people like me that are excited, to get in a hurry, can you just simply cut 4 keyholes in it so you can't do it wrong? And so now if you look at like, have you looked at like the textured panels? They've got, I think, keyholes everywhere.
Yeah, they do.
So it doesn't matter, but that's one of those kinds of things where, you know, it's Kaizen. It's just incremental improvements. So it pretty much, did all of it come off?
It did.
Yeah.
You can see the difference in the green. This side's a little bit, the green is a little brighter than this side, but, you know, still works.
Oh, it did, absolutely.
And
absolutely.
yeah, I see your epic fail, Vince. I want to see your epic fail. It's all right. It's all right. But I tell you what, I bet I'll never do this again. Well, actually, I probably will. So
you know,
more than likely I will.
You get on camera, even though you know everything, even though you're confident, you still tend to, you know, leave out a step here and there. And that's one of those kinds of things that I tell people, that once you learn a product, to document it in your words, because you may not do that product every day.
Nope.
And do you really want to reinvent the wheel every time you do that? Do you want to, oh, okay, I haven't done this product for a few weeks, how did I do it? You know, whatever. We don't do a lot of double-sided work here because we've just got one bottom platen. But the point is that you would gradually dial in exactly how to do all the products with double-side heat. You know, there's so many products. I know we've sold just a lot of these into folks that were doing the poker chips. You know, people call them tokens, gaming tokens. You could use them as event tokens, you name it. But that's a double-sided product, and so it's very convenient to do that with top and bottom heat. And there are some other products that we've had in our lab at one time or another, the big presses with bottom heat. And there are a number of products that really are convenient. Like if you got bottom heat, you could do floor mats. You could just transfer face up, put that floor mat on there, piece of paper, and you don't have to worry about heat tape pro spray because it's the weight of the substrate is holding it together.
That's right. So Vince said, I just got 20 flasks today. Any advice?
Flask?
Flasks.
Ooh, I love those.
I know. No, you really should not have any issues today, or any issues doing them.
So you want to do them with the subless shrink.
Yeah, yeah. You want to do them with the subless shrink.
And you can only do them to the convexed side.
Right.
Of the
Yeah,
flask.
you can't do them on the concave side. Not yet. We've been working on it. But yeah, just 360 degrees, 6 minutes, and you should be good to go.
And you want to dial in. You know, black is the last color to sublimate. So if you look at, if you want to use one as your test flask, you know, black stripe. Don't do the whole thing. You know, just do a little black stripe is going to let you know whether you dialed in, because black is the last color to sublimate. But the quality, that's silver, you know, there's just something about that silver in sublimation that looks so good.
And I haven't seen any problems with that yet. So I have a question about, do the hangers hold heavy clothes? And Patty, yes, when we got these, it was actually winter time here in Alabama, which lasts for maybe like 2 days, but we were all wearing our heavy winter coats because it was like under 50 degrees and we were freezing. And so, yeah, we actually stacked, I think, 2 or 3 different coats because we originally want this, well, we want this to be able to hold a wedding dress or, you know, a ball gown or like a heavy fur coat or something like that. So these are rated, you know, they're not going to warp, they're not going to bend, they're really going to hold all those heavy items.
And that was one of the requirements, and now the product is actually done quite well, so we are considering making a children's version of it. So, you know, obviously it'll be smaller, but you know, people who, if you ask your sales rep to get a sample to you so you can play with it, but the point is that we love to tinker and innovate and improve the product, so let us know. People have suggested what some of the things I think ladies like is like a little groove thing to hang extra stuff on it. You know, where it's like a little V slot or something.
Oh, for like purses and stuff?
I don't know what.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, that
we put 2 here.
Yeah, so this is actually considered a groom's, which is weird. This is a groom's hanger, and then there's the female hanger, and the female hanger actually comes up. Yeah, you're right.
But we only have one.
We only have the one. But I think we are looking at children's sizes before we actually look for, you know, a male or female one. Yes, Jerry, it is 6 minutes for the flasks. So.
But again, ovens vary, and make sure with an oven that you're using an internal thermometer. That's a great way to calibrate. But understand that ovens vary in the amount of heat they put out, and no, Sprite is not. You don't have a new favorite oven.
No, I still like that
still
Hamilton
have the
Beach.
Hamilton Beach.
So I have a question. Are there any heat presses larger than 16 by 20 that are 110 volts? I don't think by George Knight.
So let's talk about 110 versus 220 volt. It's not anything scary. Everybody at their home, apartment, whatever, they've got 220 volt because 220 volt is is what your dryer runs off of most of the time. It's what your stove, if you have electric stove, runs off. So everybody should have 220 volt, and so it's just not a big deal. But the answer is sort of no. There's not the bigger presses in a 110 flavor, because here in the United States at least, is the maximum breaker for just plain 110 volt single phase is really 20 amp. And so these presses draw more than 20 amps if they were 110. So what you're really doing is you're dividing up the amperage to each leg. So you have 220 volt is 2 legs, and so you're splitting the amperage so that you stay under that limit. But again, it shouldn't be a big deal at all because of people having dryers and stoves.
Okay. So James is asking because he says his office is only 110 volt.
Well, yeah, and sorry, but your office may be 110, but the power that's coming into your office is 220 volt single phase. And so you just would ask an electrician to run you a circuit to wherever your office is with 220 volts. But for sure, you've got 220 volts available to you. That's how power is delivered in a simple way. Sometimes it's 220 volt 3-phase for large buildings. Our building is got awful complicated power-wise.
Yeah, I know. Yes, it is. Okay. All right. So I am done pressing stuff. So we're about.
Wasn't that great, despite our technical hiccups?
Yeah. Whew,
Good job.
You know it's Friday. Thank you, thank you. All right, so I'm going to give away the coat hanger, the rustic edge coaster, a pair of the adult knee-high socks, a 16 by 24 piece of Chromolux matte metal, and a 16 by 20 piece of glass. But first, let's talk about the rules. So we only have Facebook today, so you have more, you have a better chance to win. So you have to tell me how much this stuff weighs. But wait before you start. You have one guess per person, and only your first guess will win. Guesses should be expressed in pounds, i.e. 1.2, 3.6, etc. So no 1 pound, 4 ounces. We're not smart enough to figure that out. The winning weight will be the first guess closest to, but not over, the combined weight of the products. One prize will be awarded on Facebook, free shipping in the continental United States, and you can only win once every 6 months. Sorry. The winner will receive the free blank of everything that we produce. So tell me, how much do you think it weighs? Go.
So since a lot of these folks would get a glass in the metal that's bigger than what they can press, do you have any suggestions for them?
I do. We offer print services here. And, I thought about maybe we could do some type of print services coupon as well. So not only are you going to win this, you're also going to win the print service coupon. So we'll figure that out, and I'll let you know when I figure out who won. But in the interim, I also have our winners for our monthly gallery contests, or excuse me, our quarterly gallery contest. So this is big time, guys. This is $400 for first place, $200 for second place, $100 for third place, and then we have another person that gets $100 for an honorable mention. So our first place winner, so this was your best,
drum roll.
This was your best outside the box idea. So our first winner is Bob Bridge of Graph Tech Press, and he won $400. He used this 20 by 24 aluminum Chromolux panel, and then he used another Chromolux panel, and he riveted them together to make kind of a memorial flag. So beautiful. Congratulations, Bob. You now have $400 in Conde credit.
Congratulations, Bob.
in second place with $200 in Conde credit is Joanne Hamilton, who I think is watching, of Colorbug Design. She did our JDW 755, which is our linen bulk fabric, and she made these really cute, I got distracted, which is very easy to do. She made these very cute trick-or-treat baskets. So congratulations, Joanne. You now have $200 in Conde credit. Our third place, which I thought this was cool. Oh, hey, Joanne, she's watching. Yay. So our third place winner is Bill Beach of Wishbone Designs. And Bill used our Color Light film. I think this is really cool. So he did our Color Light film as a mural printed. Yeah, he cut our Color Light film and printed a mural with it. And I thought that was really, really cute. So, Bill, you now have $100 in Conde
So what did he
credit.
put the mural, is it like a hanging mural?
Yeah, so I guess he used like some type of metal, and then he just hung the Color Light film, which is really cool. And I don't know if you guys watched us last year, but we did Color Light film Halloween masks, which was pretty cool.
We need to do that again.
Okay, we'll do it again, Mr. Rogers. All right, and then our final
I thought
honorable.
it was Elon last year.
You were both.
Both?
You were both. It says Dave looks like he's riding a motorcycle. That's funny. You do kind of look like you're riding a motorcycle. All right. And then our honorable mention is Bill Adams of Independent Graphics. He used our U60107 Sublimation hardboard to make this really cute Halloween light box. So, Bill Adams of Independent Graphics, you now have $100 in Conde credits. Yay! So
this is cool.
Isn't that cool? I know, very cool. We had so many.
So it's like a candle. What do they call it? Candle votive? Votive?
Yeah, something like that. That sounds good. So we had.
And then he must have lasered it out.
Yeah, I think he did. So we had so many great out-the-box ideas. So that means that now we have a new quarterly contest going on, and it's the holidays. So this is what I want. I want to see your best holiday retail display. So whether, if you're doing Thanksgiving, if you're doing Christmas, if you're doing New Year's, if you're doing Chinese New Year's, whatever you're doing, I want to show me how you're displaying your retail for the holidays. So this will go until December 31st, and we'll announce our winner on our very first live of 2020. Oh my gosh, it's almost 2020. So get in there, go to our client gallery, upload your beautiful holiday retail space. You've got 90 days to do it in, and you could be one of our $400, $200, or $100 winners for
So
Conde
let's
Cash.
say they don't have a retail presence.
Well,
But now is your chance to go to an event.
That's right.
It could be Christmas bazaar, could be
anything.
silent auction.
I mean, it could be your kid's school. It could be like a church function. It could be anything.
But something, because there's so many events that happen out there. This is your chance to show off with thinking of an attractive display that really invites people to place orders, that gets them excited. Whether you decide to do things on site or whether you just take the orders, it's up to you. I think there's a bunch of strategies. One would be to what I've done in the past is produce the product, but it's just great looking designs, but you're going to make maybe 30 of them or whatever, and you have an attractive display, and you just sell them right there. I think that works especially well for these large, event kind of fundraisers, where we have a thing here called Jacket Jubilation or whatever at McGill.
Oh, at McGill, yeah.
Which you went to McGill, and
I did.
who else went to McGill that I know of?
Well, I don't know if you know him, but Jimmy Buffett went there.
Jimmy Buffett
and he got
went
kicked
there.
out too, so we don't talk about that.
And he got kicked out, and then he went to Auburn and
probably got kicked out of Auburn
kicked
too.
out of Auburn. So I think he got a real education, right? Is that? So we persevered. So I wonder who's in the right there.
I don't know.
We love Jimmy Buffett here, and my kids went to McGill as well. So But they have a great fundraiser, and it's a perfect opportunity to come up with a sort of a functional gift, but has some attractive artwork on it, and people are gonna buy it. So really cool.
All right, sorry guys. I promise I'm not just over here texting. I'm trying to figure out my winners because we are having, as you guys know, technical difficulties. But I do have a couple of winners, I think.
This is for the
Guess the Weight.
Guess the Weight.
But I got one more thing to give away. So every single week I ask you, what's a redneck Christmas party? I don't think you want to know.
Our Redneck Riviera, what is it?
Well, so Suna, who is one of our Canadian viewers, says she's having a redneck Christmas party. Maybe she'll have to create a bunch of items for it and display them. But I didn't know that they had, I mean, I guess they have rednecks everywhere, but probably not like the rednecks they have here in Alabama. Probably not. So
I thought we had a, had a lock on.
I got a patent on that.
One.
I don't think about that. I don't think so. All right. So
hey, we love everybody.
Equally.
We love everybody.
So all right, I have one more thing to give away. So every single week I ask you guys to go to the product that you've bought and go leave me a review on the product's review page, and I randomly pick someone and I give them $25 in Conde cash. And this week that winner is Taria Bates. Taria, she reviewed our Mako silver license plates, the MO1040, and she said, these license plates exceeded my expectations. The silver-like shimmer looks fantastic. The silver-like shimmer looks fantastic. So, Taria, you will be getting an email from your rep soon with that $25 in Conde credit. So, all right, I've got, let's see. Okay, so I've got some winners, guys. I've got some winners. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm going to give away my art pack first. So, here's the deal for you.
Yeah, despite our things, we've had excellent number of viewers, and we again apologize, and we'll do better. So, but really worked out well.
They like you a lot. They like you a lot. So the first thing I'm going to do is give away my art pack. So I've got 2 people I'm going to give the art away to. So once again, I have my soccer design. I have my illusion design, which I think would be really cute for Halloween. And then I have Zach's cube design. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. So here we go. My winner on Facebook is Vince Botkin. My winner.
Okay.
All right, guys. We're going to try this one more time. So I've got 2 winners. So, first off, my winner on YouTube for the art pack, their name is Lee Keith. Lee, I need you to email me at swood@conde.com so I can send you your art. The art winner on Facebook is Vince Botkin. Vince, I need you to email me, swood@conde.com, so that I can send you your art. If you do not email me, I don't know how to send you your art. So Vince Botkin, Lee Keith, email me, swood@conde.com. I'm going to send you your art. Now, who won all the big stuff? Here we go. I'm loving this. Rose Martin Schneider. Hey, Rose. Oh my gosh, I think we just got interrupted again. That's okay, I'm going to keep going. Rose, you came the closest with a guess of 5.6 pounds. So you will be winning one of everything that I pressed today. Plus, you will also be winning a little bit of a coupon for print services. On Facebook, the winner was Donna Karasek. Donna, you will also be winning all of the things that I pressed today, and plus a coupon for print services. So Donna and Rose, please email me, swood@conde.com. I'll send you your stuff. And I think that's all I have. The weight was 5.7 pounds. Okay, that's it. Sprite, Conde Systems. I'm gonna see you guys next Friday.
Thank you.